Hello, welcome to the Final Fantasy playlist. My name is Adam, and in this episode, we're looking all at Legend of the Shadow Warriors. Legend of the Shadow Warriors is book 44 in the series, and it's the first release for 1990. It was written by Stephen Hand, and the cover illustration was done by Terry Oakes. All the internal artwork was done by Martin McKenna, which I must say is absolutely fantastic. Check out some of that artwork. It's every page again you turn to, you just see fantastically detailed, great artwork that is just marvelous. I really enjoy reading this book and looking at all the different artwork because it's so detailed. Every page, there's over 30 drawings in this book, and even the little incidental ones. There's about six repeating ones. Even they are fantastic. You know, really highly detailed. Now, this book originally was going to be written by Jim Bambra and Stephen Hand. Jim Bambra pulled out saying he wanted to work on something else, so Stephen Hand was left to write this book by himself. And originally, it was going to form part of a trilogy, this being the first book, Moonrunner being the second book, and then another one called Blood of the Mandrake being the third book. But that sadly never got published. Probably, I don't even know if it got written, but it never got published because the Fighting Fantasy series by then had completely finished anyway. But this one is a really interesting book. It's not actually set within the time period of the present day Titan. It's kind of set in the past days of Titan. But let's dive in and let's find out what it says on the internal bit. It's set in a place called Galantria, and you get a lovely map there. And the inside says this: in the aftermath of the War of the Four Kingdoms, Galantria is a pleasant land celebrating a new ruler. For the inhabitants of the remote village of Karnstein, however, it is a place of soul-rendering fear. 5 ghostly figures have stepped out of an ancient legend and into the light of day. The Shadow Warriors are hunting down human beings and putting them to the sword. But why? You are a veteran of the wars, wandering the land in search of adventure. When you are hired to solve the mystery of the Shadow Warriors, what you discover will affect the life of everyone in the old world, not least your own. Now, it is a really fun book. I did complete it. This one is an interesting ending, which I'm not going to spoil, but for those of you who have read it, those of you who have completed it, you'll know what I mean, because it's not your typical, go get the bad guy and slay him type of book. But the artwork here kind of almost suggests like a Halloween, nightmare-y nature, and it's a little bit like that. There is a first for this series, and the fact that I did notice that the font that was used to write the internal words is slightly different than all the fonts that were used previously. This one's a little bit easier to read, and it goes into a lot more detail about your attributes. Usually it has a small section on skill and stamina, but this one in particular does have quite a lot to say about it, as well as your armor. And something interestingly is you don't actually start with any food or any armor in your arsenal. You are given quite a lot of money, though. You have to roll the dice to decide how much money you have, and then you add 6 to that, or 12 to that total. And then you start off with all this money, but you have no weapons, no food, and you must go out and you must find everything or buy everything for your adventure. And it's a really fun read. I really do recommend picking this one up. I found it very interesting, and the ending is very fun as well. You're very unique, but I won't spoil it because look at these artworks inside. They're just like, wow. So interesting. I won't spoil the ending though. Anyway, go pick it up. It's a great book. If you're a collector, this is a must-have for your collection. Every one of these books is a must-have. If you're not a collector, pick it up. It's a fun read. You will enjoy it anyway. And next week's episode, we're going to be looking at Spectral Stalkers. That's it for this episode. Down in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on this book. How did you fare in the adventure, and did you complete it or not? And check out the description box as well, because there are details down there of a live read-through event that we will be doing in the new year. Every month we will be doing a live read through of these books. So effectively, for the next like 18 months, we'll be reading through a live book, and it's up to you guys to decide which one it is. Which one would you like to see read live? On Facebook or YouTube. It's totally up to you. Go over to the Fight and Fantasy page on Facebook, check it out, sign up to that page so you get every single notification of all the posts of all the content they put out there. And I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate this. Hit the notifications and get that bell to ring just so you get all my videos on Fight and Fantasy. Go check out my other videos, and if you like it, thumbs up with a like as well. Thank you very much, and I shall see you next week, guys. Take care, adventurers. Goodbye.